Welcome to Ophiuchus Tarot. We are back again with another channeled message for the collective. But before we jump right in and get started, I just want to take a moment, say hi, and welcome to new subscribers. I am so happy to have you on board with us. Thank you for becoming part of the Ophiuchus tribe. As always, it is an absolute honor and blessing to read for each and every single one of you. That being said, we're going to jump in. You know, I was hearing some messages this morning, and it had some things to do with karmic relationships. Now, that energy has been kind of coming through, cutting karmic cycles with certain partners where it's toxic or unhealthy, and, you know, knocking the rose-colored glasses off and seeing something for what it is or seeing a person for who they are. That energy has been coming through, and it came through again this morning. So if it comes out in the cards, I feel like it's just something that Spirit wants to kind of address again. So let's see what Spirit has in store. Yeah, there's a healing. Balancing out of the energies. Let's see. Spirit, what do we have? Most important message. Channeling through, please. Yeah. Sometimes things need to crash and burn. To clear away. It's like to clear out the levels so you can start again. I'm kind of getting maybe just coming from a tower or a breakdown of a situation here. You could have heard some news about a person who, it could have been your person, right? I do feel like this is karmic relationships. This could have to do with all karmic relationships going on right now. So let's just see. If yours has not yet crumbled, it could soon be crumbling. I feel like Spirit's making the call to balance yourself out, to set those healthy boundaries in place and start the healing work, right? I don't know if it's a little message you get from Spirit. It's like something nudging you to kind of do the healing work, to set the boundaries, to kind of calm your own emotions, right? I'm seeing the waves in the background here. I feel like this person is attached to your heart. So I know this is not an easy situation by any means, right? It's never easy when a relationship crumbles, even if it does have toxic things in it. In fact, I feel like it adds just confusion to, I heard confusion to the illusion. So I don't know, were you dealing with someone who created, I'm seeing a stage, and I'm seeing the curtains, the red curtains closing and opening. And it's like, I don't know if this had an on and off again type of back and forth energy here, but I'm kind of getting that. I feel like Spirit is just saying this is the last curtain call, or it could be if you choose to make the changes for yourself, make the healthy changes, because I just kind of feel like this person, I don't know that they've ever really had your best interest at heart. They love the love that you provided for them. They loved the shelter that you gave them. They love how you poured and poured and poured until you had nothing left, and then you poured some more, right? They loved that energy. They loved it when you came in and you were real shiny and new, and they drain you all the way down until you lose your sparkle. And then they run in a new direction, right? This could be the type of person that creates, they just create all sorts of chaos. I just heard mischief managed, and I feel like that's how they feel. They can just kind of cover it over and make it disappear. There's like the magician in the reverse type of energy is going on for me in this now moment. That's how I feel like this karmic acts. It's all sleight of hand. It's like, look over here while I do this, and then I'm running and my back's to you. I'm out of here. It's like, I feel like that's how this person is. They create a mess. Curated, I hear curated chaos. So they create a mess, and it is of their own making. And I feel like they do that to kind of, it's like, I don't know if they're trying to create some other type of mess to get the view off of them. It's like people see them for who they are. I do get the feeling of like the rose-colored glasses have been knocked off. And the thing is, while this person was, I wanted to say, creating a life with you or trying to create something with you, they were at the same time over here with someone who doesn't even know you, trying to secure an easy out for when this falls apart, because it's not an if, it's a when. I just kind of feel like that's the way this person maneuvers. They always have a lifeline waiting. They create one of those so that way when everything gets too crazy, they start over. It's a new stage over here with new players and new people. I feel like they kind of live for that. This person may be that type of person, just that surface swimmer, doesn't like to take accountability. Why? Because they don't have to. They wreck something over here and then they go over there. They create something new over there. When that falls down, they got another lifeline that goes to a whole nother situation over there. I feel like this person never knows a moment's peace. If you're wondering if this person ever hits rock bottom, I want to tell you they live there. And what Spirit means by that is they never know a moment's peace. They're always creating chaos. They're always living in chaos. So it's always being in the energy of survival. It's never a moment's peace. So they don't hit rock bottom. It's like for doing what they've done to you, they live there. That's home, right? Unless they're willing to do the healing, but I don't know many of these heavy karmics that do. I feel like they come in for that specific purpose, that lesson anyway. It's like that's the way they're meant to kind of walk through. I feel like you're meant to find your stability through that. You're meant to nurture yourself, to grow your own seeds, to race out of there. I wanted to say run out of there like your pants are on fire. Like, that's the type of energy. It's like when you see the truth of it, get out, right? This person may want to come back and forth with you. This might be the type of person who really puts on a show, really paints a picture, and is good at it too. I want to say put them up on the big screen because they're good, right? With their level of acting skills. I hear, how do you think I got this far, right? So this person, I want to say, don't berate yourself if you let this person back in, maybe once, twice, numerous times. I feel like they have a way of manipulating or a way of sleight of hand. Again, I get that magician energy. Were you waiting for this person to come back, or were they waiting for the right timing so they could come back? They were kind of looking at, yeah, they don't want to miss the opportunity. It's like, I don't know, did they go over here and they were gone for a little while, created their mess over here, and now they need you to be the escape route, right? From that situation with people that you don't even know. I feel like they go from one stage to the next. I am not surprised. One stage to the next. I hear sleight of hand, a brand new opportunity, right? They're looking at you maybe because you've gotten your shiny back. Have you gotten your shiny back? You're back to feeling like you're standing tall in your power. You're looking pretty healthy. You're looking good. You're feeling good. You've got, I want to say, money flowing in or good energy flowing in, new opportunities. Yeah, that's the perfect time to come back, isn't it? Sure is. It's like, especially when I've created a mess over here, I kind of feel like I'm standing in this person's energy. It's like, wow, they look really good now. I think I'll go in that direction. And they come and they may offer something small. But I don't, it's like, it might be small, but I don't feel like it's, with this King of Cups here, I always kind of view the King of Cups as having a depth of emotion, understanding their emotions, understanding your emotions. But as far as being emotionally constipated, that's what I get from a King of Cups. They don't often share that. And it may take a really long time for a King of Cups to share. This person may very well have emotions for you. I don't know about the depth. I don't know the reason underneath of it all. I do feel like this person is very much a surface swimmer. They don't really dive in because then they'd have to address their own problems, their own stuff. I feel like this person utilizes this King of Cups energy as manipulation, right? I do feel like these could be in the reverse. I haven't flipped the cards, but that's the energy that I'm getting. I feel like this deck was all in the upright. So let's see. Anything else? What does the collective need to know? What does the collective need to know? There is going to be an opportunity to re-up this situation. Lovers from the grave. Spirit is saying you don't have to take it. It's an opportunity for it. And I feel like the best thing you can do for yourself is to check your boundaries. Are they in place? If they are, great. Then you go from there. I hear contemplation. There needs to be some contemplation about whether or not you let this person back in. Are you lonely? Is there a reason why you're letting this person back in, right? Because you know the chaos that they've caused. They can tell you till they're blue in the face that they've done the healing work, right? That doesn't always equate to the healing work of being done, right? But then you have to say, do I have to let down my barriers and my boundaries to allow this person back in? The things I say I'd never put up with again or I'd never deal with again. Is this person going to trample on those things? Because if they are, it might not be the best choice for you. And I feel like Spirit is letting you really kind of ruminate. I hear ruminate about it. I want to say you do know what you're going to get. You do know what you're going to get. These cups are, even though there's some smoke here, I feel like all of these cups are pretty visible. You can clearly see what's being offered, right? You can go and have more growth with that snake, right? I hear surprise. It's not that great of a surprise, right? There's a certain person here and a dragon. I feel like there could be some, this person could really have, I want to say something about the way that they speak to you is not very kind. And I want to say, don't allow someone to really verbally mistreat you. I feel like that energy could be here for some. I don't love that at all. I feel like nobody deserves to be spoken to in this way. And when I say in this way, you'll know what I mean if that's for you. Do you really want to open the door up for that again? Right? You may be very, I want to say that physical body-to-body energy. Some of you may take it. We do have death in reverse. Some of you may take that. Or some of you may step into your Emperor energy and really take action in a different direction. Yeah. I feel like it's one of two ways, right? You'll either let this come back around and give it another go, learn more lessons. I want to say learn lessons that you've already learned, right? Or it might break your heart because you might love this person even if it's bad for you. You know, sometimes we do love the people that hurt us, right? But I feel like you may have to break your own heart and step into your power and really set those boundaries and really kind of move forward, take those action steps in a different direction. If you look, this Emperor's got his armor on underneath of his royal garbs. So it's like protected, right? Had to protect yourself, had to shield yourself. And now sitting in a better place because of it, I feel like. Really had to battle to get to where they are. I feel like you might have to really battle to get to where you are. I feel like your stability will increase as well if you take the other route. Yeah, we've got the King of Pentacles. So You may focus on creating stability in your life instead of opening your heart back up to something that it won't come together. Even if you give it another chance, I feel like it still won't come together. There might not be competition there, but I want to say there is chaos. Wheel of Fortune. I feel like you might just really kind of hit the jackpot if you do your own thing. Is there anything else? What can you tell me about what happens to this person? What happens to the karmic? They stay in their defeat where they were in the first place, right? And I feel like I want to say it's commitment on both sides. They're committed to this energy. They're committed to staying in this energy, this 10 of Swords. And I want to say you're committed to growth and expansion and abundance. And that's where you'll go. Whatever your heart is committed to is where you're going to land, right? If there are parts of you that are committed to just getting knocked down and staying there, that's where you'll end up, right? I feel like you have a way of nurturing yourself back to health, and this person doesn't know how to do that. They look to other people to fill them up. They look to other people to fill their cups. They're not whole and happy on their own like you are. They're empty, right? They're not willing to put the work in. And it's sad, but yeah, they don't want to accept it. They don't want to accept real love, a real cup. They couldn't accept yours, right? I feel like because they're empty, they run on empty, right? Is there anything else, Spirit? Sleepless nights. I'm not surprised about that. And sadness, right? And I know you don't want that for this person. I feel like a lot of you don't want that for this person. But I feel like, you know, you kind of get what you put in, right? Karmically, I feel like this person has gotten a lot of karma racing to catch up to them. And I want to say a lot of it's not very good, right? They'll stay in their secrets, in their moon energy, in their shadow energy. And I feel like you'll stay in your light. I feel like they did learn something from you as well. And I feel like they'll continue to learn something from you because they'll continue to watch. They may have some last final words to really kind of put the nail in the coffin once you say no. They may really be very hurtful and cutting. Big hugs to you, but I feel like you're making the right choice by moving in a different direction. Yeah. You're following your passion, and I did see the soulmates. I kind of flipped the deck like this and saw the soulmates. So I feel like follow your wishes, hopes, and dreams, and I feel like it will lead you to your soulmate, right? To that sweet energy, to a new partner. That's what we have here. I'm so sorry that you have to deal with this, but I feel like, you know, it's pretty normal. We all kind of go through these types of situations, right? All different varying degrees, of course, but we all kind of go through it. But that tower, I feel like, is on its way for those of you who are still holding strong or trying to survive inside the chaos. That tower is coming. You will have to make a decision very soon. Or divine is making the decision for you. It's like rejection for your divine protection, right? Let's see. We're going to hop in here. Your initials, their initials, any other messages that may be channeling through here. All right. I see R's, and I hear somebody growling. C, an A, a V, an N, an O. I feel like it's very frustrating. When I hear somebody growling, I feel like they're frustrated. maybe with themselves for sticking in something for too long, or for dealing with a certain kind of energy from someone for too long, um, or accepting less than they deserved for so long. I feel like that's kind of the energy I'm getting. It's somebody who's a little angry at themselves. Please try to be gentle with yourselves if you're going through this. I feel like sometimes we just can't see through the storm that we're in, right? You can't see it until it's like in retrospect. So I do want to say be gentle with yourself. You're going to go in a new direction, and you're going to find yourself and start shining again. And it will happen soon, right? The sooner you step into that healing modality, right? I heard something about New York. Oh, a blank, insert initial here. I'm hearing something like boxing. And it's like something about knockouts. I see something about a rock. It's like somebody being your rock. I feel like you have someone coming in who is going to be that rock in your life. Now, I don't know if it is a potential lover. It could be for some of you. I don't know if you've been out of this situation for a while. This is something you've dealt with, and now you're on the other side of it. Maybe you've done your healing work for some. Maybe you'll have someone come in to help you do the healing work, or to be by your side like a rock, you know, your stability. Or like I said, I feel like maybe somebody has someone coming in now that that whole situation, that cycle has closed out. It's like you've made that decision, or you've done the healing work from that whole cycle, and now something good comes in. Could be for someone. Like I said, these energies are always timeline. They're always general. So it's kind of always going to be a get in how you fit in, right? Some things may resonate, other things may not. Toss those things out. They're not for you. Leave them out here on the board. They're for someone else. I heard something about too skinny. I don't know if someone went through some type of emotional stuff and they lost a lot of weight, or their emotions play a big part in whether or not they can get food in their mouth, right? Or for some, it could be overeating as a way to, it's like, I feel like both are really valid. And I want to say be gentle with yourself as well. If you're, you know, not happy with what you see as you come out of situations like this, just know that things will heal with time. Again, big hugs to you, because I feel like those body things can be really, really disheartening, right? No matter which way it feels like it's out of control, right? I can't, but I feel like you can. You can make the healthy changes. You can leave something behind that's unhealthy for you. You can do the healing work. And you can become the best version of yourself, is what I hear. You absolutely can. You can be miles and miles from where you are in this now moment if you just take one step today. I feel like that's what it is. Spirit's urging you to just take that step. So every day, take another step in the right direction. Some days you may be feeling really good and take a couple of steps, right? Yeah. I feel like you do really gain your stability as you go. Let's see. What else can we say here? What's this about? Feels like quite a bit here. Yeah. I feel like a lot of you have to mourn the loss of a situation that you thought was going to go long term. It could have been a marriage. It could have been a relationship, right? Two people living together for a long time. I feel like with this seashell, normally seashells are forever, but this one's got a lot of holes in it. It's been weather worn, and it's not as strong. It's more brittle, right? So it's like maybe a situation that you thought was going to tide you all the way through ends up not being what you signed up for, right? Big hugs to you if that's the case, because I know that can be really, really sad, especially when you envision your life with this person, right? And things just go awry. But I feel like you'll be really strong on your path. We have this really giant elephant, this big elephant, and they're so powerful, they're so strong, and they know the way, and it's practice, tried and true. And I feel like this is where you're going to be. These elephants have a lot of knowledge and wisdom. They learn from their elders as they travel with them, right? And I feel like you've learned a lot traveling on this path through life. And a lot of this knowledge and wisdom really makes you big, powerful, and strong. So just know that this is just another way of learning what you needed to learn. Don't worry about love coming in the future. I feel like it most definitely will. You still have every opportunity to find your person. We have a little Cupid here. Who's to say it's not just right up over the bend, right? I want to say be stubborn about your healing and stubborn about your boundaries. Don't drop those for anyone, right? You know what you deserve. Stand on that, right? I feel like don't accept less than you deserve. It's like, especially if it's just common things like kindness and someone who knows how to talk to you, right? These are minimal things. You deserve more than that, right? Don't just settle for like baseline normal. Go for what you deserve. Go for what you can give, right? And be stubborn about that, right? I feel like you are going to soar. If you've been going through all of this heavy energy, just know that you're about to soar again. That energy could come in and really sweep you into the future. This person may have ghosted you. I feel like they'll try to come back, but I don't know that this would be a healthy situation, right? So it might just be a ghost of the past or ghost of the past. I do hear something about leaving shadows behind. So you could be leaving shadows behind. This is the key, the cuff key. So I love that this is here because I feel like you're just unlocking your chains. You're stepping out of something you were stuck in. So Spirit is absolutely offering you the opportunity to get out of this situation. They're handing you the key to kind of take the shackles off so you can move in a new direction, which I really love. I feel like it's a healthy thing. It's like you've learned all you can learn out of this situation. You don't have to go for a round two. You don't have to learn any more from this person. You can take it into the future in a new direction and maybe start looking forward to something that is the love you desire, is nurturing, kind, sweet, compassionate, right? The right type of person, someone who can nurture, right? Or someone who can offer some of that back. I want to say keep following your wishes, hopes, and dreams. I want to say keep shooting for the stars and you will land among them, period. I feel like that's what's going on here. Follow your dreams. Really pour into self. I feel like, and it's going to take you to some really beautiful places. Big hugs to you, collective. I know this isn't easy, especially when you still love someone and you know it's not right, right? I hope blessings find you really soon, collective. All right, that is what I have for you all. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, become part of this Ophiuchus tribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.